take on their Western Conference rival in today's game. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. And it's the Warriors to start out. Green kicks to Curry. The drive by Green. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
And Kyle Singler, basically a three-point marksman.
Oh, my God, man.
He lost minutes after the trade to the Thunder last season. A second-round pick by Detroit a few years back. He's always averaged over 20 minutes a game. But with the Thunder, he was kind of banished to the end of the bench, and his play reflected that.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for Oklahoma City right now, down low it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Kyle Singler is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Durant, and it's the small forward.
Assistant, Kyle Singler.
And talking about Kyle Singler last season, Greg, good point you made. You would have thought the trade to the Thunder would have given him more minutes. You know, Clark, they were looking for floor stretching options with Kevin Durant out.
Yeah, but so late in the season, he needed to learn all the schemes, get integrated with all the other players. Those are just a few reasons why he was rarely given the chance to make an impact.
Here's Curry, following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Stolen by Durant. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist from Ibaka. And it's 8 points for Russell Westbrook.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Certainly looks that way to me, partner. I mean, his energy level is ramped up. I think he's been terrific right from the opening tip.
Curry outside. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball. As it goes out of bounds.
Thunder ball.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 4-4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. On the wing, Singler. Outside Durant. Over to the left wing. Ibaka dishes to Adams. Outside for Durant. And Russell Westbrook again. Westbrook's got 10.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. If you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
Kevin Durant.
And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And how about the grasp they had on the game plan for this one?
You know, I know it's early, but I don't think I'm going out on a limb when I say we could be headed for a blowout unless something dramatically changes and fast.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Thunder?
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
And the Warriors making a change here. Spates is checked in. Now Durant. After the missed three from Klay Thompson. No good from Durant.
Oh, nice play on D. Got that hand in the face and prevented him there from getting an easy look.
Exactly. Alert and aware. Really reacted quickly to that shot attempt.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you.
And And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. When you think about guards who play without fear or any hesitation, Russell Westbrook is the first of those guys to come to mind.
I tell you what, man, his relentless pursuit and attacking of the goal and his opponent is really something to watch.
And for Westbrook, he had some high praise. Allen Iverson said he's a huge fan of Westbrook and sees so much of himself in him, mostly due to how they play with heart. I'll tell you the other thing, Allen Iverson I always felt was the most intimidating small guard in the history of the league. Russell Westbrook rapidly trying to claim that honor.
And the Warriors with some changes. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Harrison Barnes. Barbosa comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Steven Adams.
You know, I was thinking back to that Iverson quote on Westbrook. They play with that same fire. The styles in which they play are different, but you can see the intensity is the same between them.
And both free throws good for Green. Last season, Draymond Green taking over the starting power forward role in Golden State. Last season, David Lee was injured, remember, in preseason. Green was inserted, and he's been terrific ever since.
Absolutely superb. A former second-round pick, his emergence has fueled this team's rise to greatness.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Livingston kicks to Spates. 4 on the shot clock. Barbosa. And he gets the bucket. Barbosa's got it back down to single digits for the Warriors.
And I really have always felt Draymond Green was one of those unique players. I mean, he kind of a tweener in terms of that small forward, power forward at only 6'7". But he's got toughness. The long arms enable him to defend bigger guys. And also the basketball IQ. You can never discount the importance of understanding what you're doing when you're on the floor.
And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
You know, yeah, guys, last year was a rough one for him at the stripe. I mean, it's going to be hard for him not to improve on those numbers. They were that bad.
There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Westbrook passes to Ibaka. Morrow kicks to Singler. Oklahoma City moving it around. 5 to shoot. Durant drawing the double team. So it's the Thunder now. Clock is at 3. And Singler kicks to Durant. Second shot opportunity. And it's good on the layup.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
And that one's good. 12 seconds left here in the first quarter. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Oklahoma City shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That's good from Durant. Durant nails both of them. 8 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Dishes to space. It's stolen by Ibaka. Deep two from Singler. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Oklahoma City out in front. They lead by... And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And, guys, we've seen the Thunder really take control here.
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
Excellent hustle, and you know the coach has to be pleased with that effort at the defensive end.
It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Ezeli is out there at Maurice Space. And it's Barnes at the 3 spot. That's the Warriors' 5.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
And for Festus Ezeli, came in as an extremely raw prospect a couple years back, late first-round draft pick. His minutes were down actually last season, but his production was decidedly up.
Yeah, he went from 44 to 55% on field goals, from 53 to 63% on free throws. A testament to how much effort he's putting into developing that shooting stroke.
Here's Curry with the second effort, and the shot falls short this time.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And the basket by Morrow.
And, you know, going back to Ezeli, impressive physically, 7 foot, 7'6" wingspan, 5% body fat. If his skill set ever catches up with his natural gift, watch out, watch out.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And a footnote to Ezeli. One of his college administrators raved about his intelligence. He cited Ezeli's broad perspective on world trade, globalization, and I tell you what, if Ezeli keeps improving, he'll soon be a serious benefactor of the economics of American sports.
And the Warriors making a change here. Green's checked in. Then for the Thunder, Dion Waiters checked in for Singler, and DJ Augustine subbed in for Russell Westbrook.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter. Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Ball's knocked loose.
Excellent job to track down the long board.
And the basket by Morrow.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Now here's Waiters after the missed 3 from Klay Thompson. Waiters dishes to Ibaka.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Assist from
And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it, you can see it, in part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
5 to shoot.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that.
Oh, that is just nasty.
About the athleticism on that finish.
You have got to be kidding me.
Clark, talk about taking things in your own hands.
I tell you what, that's one of those plays where you want to get credit for not only the bucket, but also the assist.
Down low, Durant with the steal. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here.
And they seem to have gotten something out of almost every possession. Their defense has been just as good, just a tremendous performance all the way around.
Yeah, and they're doing it in hostile territory, too. I mean, don't forget about that part of it, which makes it even more impressive.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
look at Kevin Durant, and he does have a bit of an unusual body type. Still is fairly thin, even after 8 years in the league. Yet up until last season, he's been one of the more durable players in the league. Kind of like Reggie Miller in that regard.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Harrison Barnes. Barbosa comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Livingston. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Livingston's got his second bucket.
That's his first personal foul.
Talking about Durant's physical makeup, some scouts were actually worried about his athleticism when he declared for the draft after just 1 year at Texas. At the NBA Combine, Greg, you were talking about this. He posted some of the worst numbers of all the top prospects.
He did, but I tell you what, he did blow people away with his length. 6'10", with a 7 5" arm span. I mean, that makes up for a whole lot in this league. And as we've seen throughout his Hall of Fame career, I think it's worked out pretty nice.
I think it has too.
And he bangs down the one-hander.
Two very easy points right there for sure.
He'll take those all day.
Make it two hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack. The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Tipped away. Barbosa with the steal. Not gonna go as it bounces high off the rim. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
Spates checked in for the Warriors. The drive by Green. Spates kicks to Green. Off target from three-point range. Here's Oklahoma City. They're on a 15-6 run. And that one's good. Durant.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Singler, he's checked in for the Thunder. Westbrook comes in for DJ Augustine. It's stolen by Ibaka. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Singler, no good.
You know, the alley-oop is a great play when it works, but boy, when it doesn't.
Yeah, it can make you look silly. It embarrasses you. And we had a little silliness right there for sure.
.32 seconds left to play in the first half. Right side, Westbrook. Double team on Westbrook. Outside Durant. On the wing, Singler. To the inside. And Ibaka slams it in.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in him. And he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Yeah, well, Clark,
and so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Thunder out in front as they end the second quarter with an energy burst, a 19-6 run. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
Kevin Durant.
Good game for Westbrook. He has 14 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
So for Oklahoma City right now, we've got Ibaka. Steve Novak is out there with Durant. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Singler in at the shooting guard. The dive for the ball. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. Lot of ferocious dunkers in the NBA, but what could you say about Westbrook as maybe the top dunker right now on that list?
Well, the ferocity, the tenacity. I mean, he's almost angry when he takes it to the basket the way he does. I think that's part of what makes him so special.
Here's Curry. And it's good. Curry's got 8 points. The Thunder leading by 23. And Westbrook, here we go. Ibaka with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. To the right side. 6 on the shot clock. Novak kicks to Durant. And stolen by Barnes. And there's the call on Durant. And that'll be his third foul so far.
That's his third.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. A nice bounce back year for Harrison Barnes, Clark, in year 3. Moved into the starting lineup last year and really responded.
Yeah, he did. I think he benefited from the new system. He was miscast as an isolation scorer, but when he can spot up for threes and catch the ball on the move, that's his game.
For the Thunder, Enes Kanter's checked in for Ibaka. Collison comes in for Steve Novak. And Anthony Morris subbed in for Durant.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him. I'll tell you what, Harrison Barnes, very athletic. He certainly passes the eye test. And with his size, he can punish smaller wings and create mismatches. And then also he can play some small ball power forward at times as well with the way they like to space the floor.
Warriors trailed by 21. Thompson for the triple. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Westbrook passes to Kanter. Singler for 3. And it's Klay Thompson with the rebound.
And you talk about Harrison Barnes overall. He had a nice uptick in his rebounding last year. And that was a goal of his. He wanted to get his activity level up. And oftentimes the difference between being good and great is just making those. That athletic.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
From deep. And the Warriors get it back. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And it's Golden State with another.
He's fortunate that shot found the bottom of the bucket. It wasn't the highest quality look.
Here's Westbrook. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Westbrook's got 16.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement. And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, it's been a bunch, and I think it's made the difference in the game. They've actually done a great job on the board.
Some changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Festus Ezeli. Iguodala comes in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Russell Westbrook.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season. Signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs.
And for Billy Donovan, we were talking about him. He had been with Florida for so long, the Gator program built by him. It'll be a big change. He had been thinking about it, though, before. He almost took, remember that Greg the Magic job back in 2007?
You know, there was a change of heart for him with the Orlando gig. And Donovan's done nothing but win at Florida, and he'll have that same pressure to succeed with the high expectations with the Thunder.
There's the pass to Spates. Stolen by Westbrook. And Collison with a clear path to the hoop. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Morrow's got 9. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Thunder.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
And the Thunder making a change here. Novak's checked in.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Here's Westbrook. 18 points for him. Pass to Novak. Back to Westbrook. Novak kicks to Singler. Barnes grabs the miss. Barnes has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Iguodala no good. And for Andre Iguodala, last year was a first in 758 games. Up until then, he had not once ever come off the bench.
Yeah, he had been a starter throughout his 10-year career, every single game, Kevin. And last year he came off the bench in every game. Big adjustment for the veteran, but he made it work.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
And getting back to Iguodala last season, not only did he come off the bench for the first time ever, but he really thrived in doing so. Playing the fewest minutes per game of his career, he was able to avoid some of the nagging injuries that had plagued him in the past. And so he could stick around to help the Warriors assault that franchise record of 67 wins last season.
Inside, here's Novak, and he uses the glass on the layup.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
So you love this thing
The defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside. Well, I tell you, he squeezed that orange as tight as he could before that throwdown.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up. You're right, Clark.
And better safe than sorry on that one, guys.
And here comes Livingston, leading the fast break. And that one's good. Barbosa's got 7.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Good if it goes. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Thunder lead by 19. And we'll be back with you right after this. And we're getting underway here in the 4th quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Iguodala and Green are set at the forward spots. The Splash Brothers are the guards. And it's Azili in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Curry. Augustine with the steal. Novak kicks to Durant. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Ball's knocked loose.
Well, if the defender doesn't buy the pump fake, there's a good chance he's going to be able to tip that ball loose.
Off target with his 3.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And good on the basket. Book it.
I mean, if you're looking to get back into this game, you have to get tougher defensively.
Maybe close that door.
Thompson sends it
Open
back.
door.
Here's Curry. Got a hand on it.
And another miss. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Iguodala kicks to Ezeli. Stolen by Waiters. Augustine, that's good.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
Here's Augustine. And it's blocked by Curry. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. So it's the Thunder now. They get the rebound. Durant.
And great effort on the boards, and what a move.
Yeah.
That was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pumpkin.
Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%. They double-team Curry. Kicks it to Ezeli. Beyond the arc. Curry with another miss.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Another miss by Curry.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Iguodala left side. From deep, Green. And again, no good by Golden State.
Boy, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance, leaving him that wide open behind the arc. Durant doing all sorts of things. 8 rebounds and 3 steals. That kind of mix of assists and rebounds is what wins you basketball games.
Clark, it's a rarity when you've got a guy that can just do it as well as he does on both ends. And guys, it's easy to forget sometimes just how young Kevin Durant still is. I mean, last season, he became the 2nd youngest player to get to 15,000 points.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. The Thunder also changing it up. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Steve Novak. Singler comes in for Waiters. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Augustine. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's his first foul.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
The Warriors making a switch here. Spates is checked in. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. McGarry's checked in.
And check out the bounce.
Oh, bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen. Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
For Durant getting to 15,000 points, the only player, Clark, to do it quicker was LeBron James.
Yeah, and it's even more impressive when you realize that Durant did spend 1 year in college, Kevin. You take a year off his age, and he and LeBron got to that point plateau in virtually the same amount of time.
I love the killer instinct he shows right there, exploding to the rim to add to the lead.
Curry kicks to Thompson. There's the 3. Curry with another miss.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way. And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Oklahoma City.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Durant. You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards.
Here's Adams. Shoots over Spates. Here's McGarry. Covered by Barnes. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. James Michael McAdoo's checked in for Andre Iguodala.
For your Warriors, James Michael McAdoo.
And stolen by Barnes. The feed to Livingston. To end the run. Bank shot, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
No good on the free throw.
At the line for the Warriors, Russell Westbrook.
And he's good on the second. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the middle. Barbosa gets the bucket.
Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
Tipped away. Stolen by Barbosa. And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go.
And really, if this had come just a little earlier, they may have been able to get back into the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. They needed this a lot sooner than they got it.
And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot two.
Russell Westbrook at the line.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here is Livingston. From the wing. The shot, no good. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew. Thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
estás con el manojo lleno y vengo como un libro abierto, ansiosa de aprender la historia no contada de nuestros ancestros, con el viento que dejaron los abuelos y que vive en cada pensamiento de esta amada tierra. Quien sabe cuidarlo es quien de verdad la quiera. Vengo para mirar de nuevo, para ver lo cierto y despertar el ojo ciego, sin miedo. Tú y yo descolonicemos lo que nos enseñaron, con nuestro pelo negro, con pómulos marcados, con el orgullo indio en el alma tatuado. Vengo con la mirada, vengo con la palabra, esa palabra hablada. Vengo sin temor a no perder nada. Vengo como el niño que busca de su morada, la entrada al origen, la vuelta de su cruzada. Vengo a buscar la historia silenciada, la historia de una tierra saqueada.
On the road and hungry for a win against rival, the Golden State Warriors are ready for this thing to get started.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We're live at AT&T Center. Welcome to San Antonio, Texas for this Spurs home game. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, it's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Azili in at the 5, roaming the paint. Passes it to Leonard. Screen by Duncan. Leonard the pass to Duncan. Spurs working the ball around now. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Leonard dishes to Diaw. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Could be the first of a lot of mid-range jumpers that we see from him. Listen, Kawhi Leonard hasn't been in the league for a long time, but he's feeling right at home. He said last season he wants to remain a Spur for life.
Now, here's Diaw. After the miss from Stephen Curry. From outside the arc. And the Warriors get it back. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great, about 77% as a team.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
Stolen by Thompson. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. And the dunk by Barnes.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Warriors?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Curry can't get it to go.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
And Leonard has it in the corner. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Well, you've got Greg Popovich, and I think he puts this at times grumpy demeanor in a more of a spotlight. He's playing along, as we all know, with the sideline reporters. He knows, Greg, you know this firsthand, when to turn it on, when to turn it off. He can be as compassionate a person, Clark, that you and I have ever been around.
Yeah, he's competitive, but he understands that we're all human, and he treats people the right way all the time.
Warriors leading by 3. Wide open look. Shot's good. 1:46 left in the first quarter. Aldridge with it. Picked up by Thompson. Fires the 3. San Antonio with the rebound.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
And I wouldn't bet against him in that situation the next time out.
Here's Iguodala. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And Mills kicks it to West. Got a piece of it. And now it's Livingston running. He can go all the way. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
You love it when a big man has those soft hands. Rarely any problem converting that close to the rim.
Green. David West grabs the miss. Ginobili with the ball. And it's Iguodala picking him up. It's stolen by Green. Moving it up for the finish.
That feed by Iguodala, a really good example of his passing ability.
Spurs trail by 9. Ginobili attacking. He kicks to West. Leonard on the wing. Feeds it to Mills. Leonard the pass to Mills. With 4 seconds on the clock. Green with the block. And so the first quarter is in the books. Warriors lead by 9. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Duncan in at the 5. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. This season, Clark, the Spurs kept on winning as usual. They passed the Lakers, in fact, for the best winning percentage all time for a franchise.
Well, some of that has to do with the struggles the Lakers had last season, but more of it is credit to the Spurs. Consistency and high-quality play has been who they are and have been for 2 decades.
Spurs trailed by 9. On the wing, Green. Covered by Barbosa. Duncan dishes to Green. The drive by Duncan. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
That's a heads-up play there on offense. The pump fake cleared the way for the nice layup.
Kawhi Leonard with another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Olajuwon.
Thompson, he's checked in for Leonard. Warriors leading by 7.
And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received a car for winning that award and gave it to charity. Went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character and really the impact that Popovich has had on him and that entire Spurs team.
San Antonio with the ball. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Green kicks to Duncan. And Anderson slams it in.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Mark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch. Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
No good on the free throw. Well, no way to argue it. Tim Duncan, Clark has been a winner his whole career. He's sharp mentally, and he's got the great tenacity on the floor. Only the greats have those qualities.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think media members still underestimate his will to win. You don't do what he's done without a real laser-focused approach.
The Spurs making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Golden State. A nice bounce back here for Harrison Barnes, Clark, in year 3. Moved into the starting lineup last year and really responded.
Yeah, he did. I think he benefited from the new system. He was miscast as an isolation scorer, but when he can spot up for threes and catch the ball on the move, that's his game.
Spurs trail by 9. A 3 from Leonard. Again, Leonard missing. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Thompson, he's checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Curry.
I tell you what, Harrison Barnes, very athletic. He certainly passes the eye test. And with his size, he can punish smaller wings and create mismatches. And then also he can play some small ball power forward at times as well with the way they like to space the floor.
There's the dish to Spates. Just 5 to shoot. And the Warriors miss again. Spurs have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Green passes to Parker. Bangs home the trifecta. And now just a 4-point Warrior lead.
And you talk about Harrison Barnes overall. He had a nice uptick in his rebounding last year. And that was a goal of his. He wanted to get his activity level up. And oftentimes the difference between being good and great is just making those small incremental improvements in different facets of your game. Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, I mean, deterred them from those plans.
Here's Parker. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. The drive by Green. Banked in off the glass. Green's got his first basket.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
So it's San Antonio now. Following the basket by Draymond Green. Green kicks to Aldridge. And stolen by Spates. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. But they get it back. And the rebound goes to Duncan.
And this should be the last possession of the quarter.
Exactly. I'm right with you there, Greg. I mean, no need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter. Make sure you get the last shot here.
Thompson for 3. And it's Thompson again missing. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
Long range from the inbound. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Warriors ahead. They lead by 4. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. It's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. One of the stories here, Harrison Barnes getting it done today.
That slasher mentality was on display in that first half. He got to the rim consistently.
Boy, I tell you what, he's got that great first step, and he must have had some quickness porridge or something because he looks a little faster today than normal.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. One of the stories here, Harrison Barnes getting it done today.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Barnes and Green of the forward set. And it's Ezeli in at the 5 spot. And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. And it's off from three-point range. Clark, remember a year ago, Klay Thompson was the subject of trade speculation, possibly, in fact, going to the Timberwolves for Kevin Love.
Yeah, in the end, the Warriors stood pat, and it was a controversial decision at that point, but I don't think there's any question it was a pretty good move for the Warriors right now.
From deep, Green.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Yeah, the D, though, just enough to bother the rhythm on that one, Clark.
Spurs trail by 4. Here's Ginobili. Crafty move. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Manu Ginobili is one of the toughest guys you'll ever meet. That goes not just for the NBA, but any sport. I mean, a true competitor in every sense of the word.
On the topic of Ginobili, he's the guy who, when things aren't going well for your team, takes things into his own hands. He takes over, tries to coordinate. His will to win is, as Greg Popovich will tell you, out of this world.
I mean, you know, he's not just physically tough, but as mentally tough as anybody, arguably, who's ever played the game. What a big-time performer and a big shot maker.
And here is Parker. After the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. Parker dishes to Aldridge. Just 5 on the clock. The drive by Green. And Steph Curry with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Leonard, he's checked in for San Antonio. The drive by Duncan. That's good. And that's 10 points for Tony Parker.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for Barnes.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
Here's Green after the Warriors pick up 3. Parker passes to Aldridge. Leonard draws the double. Back to Aldridge. Out to Parker. Here's Duncan. The second chance effort. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Parker.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Green, no luck. For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Leonard with this screen on Green. Aldridge drives in, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. And the Warriors with some changes. Vasily comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Barbosa dishes to Vasily. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
Stolen away. And now it's Green running. He can go all the way. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see. And
his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And there's the pass to Parker. Here's the floater. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet.
And the Warriors making a change here. Thompson's checked in. That drops.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal leader his entire career. Even as a rookie, he wasn't afraid to challenge his teammates. And that competitive spirit, guys, can be contagious.
Got a piece of it. Here's Iguodala. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Outside Leonard. Stolen by Thompson. Here's Livingston with 1 on the clock. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Warriors ahead to wrap up the third quarter on a 14-6 run. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Warriors leading by 11. Mills and Manu at the guards. Aldridge out there with West, and it's Anderson in at the small forward. That's the San Antonio 5. And it's blocked. And they'll keep possession. Stolen by Thompson. Leaps for it. And going out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes. And the Warriors making a change here. Curry's checked in. And San Antonio shooting 43% for the game. Pass to Ginobili. Here's Mills. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Mills has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for San Antonio. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Here's Ginobili. Picked by West. Ginobili, the pass to Mills. The shot by Ginobili. That one wide left.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Azili kicks to Thompson. Mills with the steal. To the inside. Anderson. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
What a pass by the fearless Manu Ginobili. Great teamwork. Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. West dishes to Ginobili. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. West passes to Ginobili. Back to West. To the paint. And Anderson slams it in.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
And for Kyle Anderson, he had so many traits, Greg, the Spurs were looking for when they drafted him back in 2014, but he spent pretty much the entire season on the pine.
Yeah, and you know that Coach Pop makes his guys earn their minutes. You know, he doesn't care if he took you in the first round or if you're an undrafted free agent. He's going to play the guy who helps his team win.
And the basket by Curry.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
San Antonio calls timeout. We all know about the Splash Brothers, but it seems everyone on Golden State now can hit a three. They set a franchise record in made threes last year at 883 triples.
Incredible. Wow. I mean, they can stretch you out as well as anyone, and it's why they are so good going small. I mean, they did lead the league in three-point percentage last year, making almost 40% of those threes.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He told them that they simply have to step up, saying if we don't make a move now, it's going to be too late. Give them everything you've got. Kevin?
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
For the Warriors, guys, not only did they lead the league in three-point percentage, they also hit about 45% of their three-point attempts from the corner. That's the highest percentage three on the court.
Warriors leading by 7.
And how about 45% from the corner three? That is absurd, especially when you consider that the Warriors would put it up from anywhere. You look at the numbers from last year, and what this team did from beyond the arc was simply phenomenal.
Shot clock at 5. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Take a look at what Curry's done. 13 points, and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
This is really production personified from long range.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. For San Antonio, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Parker outside, and Leonard has it in the corner. Just 4 to shoot. Duncan goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Good, just like soup. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. Young fellas wearing the rim out.
Really quite surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds given what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, not typical. They've been dominant on the board, but they are still falling short on the scoreboard.
Parker with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. Pass to Green. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Maurice Spates.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are. Boy, they came out of the locker room at halftime with a much more physical disposition than they had in the first half.
And that helps, Clark. They've gotten extra trips to the foul line, and they need that to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
Mazzili's checked in for Maurice Spates.
And all quarter long, he's been zeroed in and knocks down big shot after big shot here in the fourth.
Parker's shot is off. Curry against Leonard. And there's the feed to Barnes. And the 3 off target. Spurs trail by 7.
Well, the clock has become their worst enemy.
Not a friend anymore. They've got to work quickly from here.
And Curry, here we go. Can't hit from in close. Duncan kicks to Parker. Leonard against Barnes. Leonard dishes to bottom. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Here's Duncan. Money!
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, you can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks. Watch out now. Duncan is caught fire.
It's stolen by Duncan. He sinks the clutch free throw. And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
And that was huge right there. Just as cool as he could be, and he's been clutch at the line there in a very tense moment.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're losing by 1. 17 seconds left in the game. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. "17 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Timeout called the Warriors. They trail by 2. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this, Clark?
Well, I don't think you set that decision in stone and anchor it in this timeout. You see how things play out. You're going to try to get a good, quick shot. And if it's a good 3 with a good shooter, let it fly. If it's something in the paint, then you take that. But it's about being a good, quick shot in this situation.
And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
Tremendous work all the way down to the wire. You were just wondering what would happen next. Major drama, and we saw a good one.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. So long, everyone.